Level grass of the valley indicates its western edge. But between him and the first tree.
Oh, that's right. I can just talk. I forgot. Hi, Laser. Thank you for being here. I had to update my computer because the YouTube was asking me to allow me to use my microphone and camera. Uh, right on. Well, hi. Oh, it's so difficult to. Yeah, I know, right? They definitely need access. Oh, I need to turn on my live chat, even though I'm the guy that's doing it. They make me turn on my own live chat. Yeah, they definitely need access. It's kind of funny. The live chat, I ended up using my dad's phone number. Does this show up as the same stream? That's a crazy little thought. Oh, and I can turn off the background noise for a second. Okay. Now, I helped form this band, and I am an official pit starter for the band. Uh, I don't think the middleman's ever going to go away in reality. I like to travel. I like to meet this person and that person, and I like to try to find that person again. Right. That was the whole reason I was trying to find that person again, was for the ad revenue, because I already met the one. Whoops. I didn't. Oh, no. Okay. Hey, will you give me a heads up on the volume level here? My speakers are facing to the back of the room, so I don't know if they're actually picking up on this. All right, that's pretty cool. I'm just curious if you can hear the music in the background. I've been speaking up. Well, I've been speaking up. That. Excuse me. Don't talk and smoke at the same time. All right, let me put on a better representation of my band, which is difficult because the no, don't. YouTube is giving me right clicks on. Oh no, I really want the other one. Well, I don't know. We'll see how this one works. Voice activate. Sorry, voice activated mic. The mic is facing me. The speakers are not facing anywhere near the microphone. I'm just really curious if you can hear Jason's voice or not. And here it comes. The candlelight is burning. Actually, I think the microphone is always on. I'll put on Requiem because that's much more clear. I still understand Bellagio. Like I said, how's the music sounding there? Much better now. Oh, that's okay. Then I don't need to talk over the music. All right, that's awesome. Well, then I should start speaking in a sing-song voice so that you all can get into the groove of this awesome little happy song that tells you all about vampires getting under the sway of the werewolves that will. But anyway, brought you to your knees. I'm not okay. I'm officially the pit starter for this band. Still waiting for you to return. Your the truth is better off with your grave. And so, as the pit starter of this band, I actually have a position with a podium, and I have a pillow hidden behind the podium. And so while they're jamming out behind me, I get to bang my head on the podium and pretend that I'm preaching. And then I jump down and, well, I start the pit. Start the pit is what I do. The guy that writes all the music for this band, Ray Goodwin, for Sickmonic, um, he had never been into a pit. He's always been up on stage. And so when it was time for him to break up with his girlfriend that he had for 3 years, uh, the band Death, 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 um, I made him drink. Hey, Ricky. I made him drink a couple of shots with me, and then I took him to the mosh pit of death. Seriously. And I carried him. He's taller than me. He's like a little skinny elf. Uh, but I carried him, and then and we swung through that pit. It was seriously sick. It was awesome, and so I took him through quite a number of rounds, and then we came out, and I told him, I'm like, hey, it's time for you to break up with Lindsay. I'm back. I gave her to him to hold her for me while I was gone to Vermont, New York, and Seattle. That was just super good times. Super good times. Lots of how you say in English? Lots of friendship on a very close level. Hey, Ricky, thank you so much. Uh, I had to reboot my computer because YouTube had to make changes to my computer thingy. I wish I knew what all those things were called, but I kind of don't. I don't kind of don't care. Anyway, that's interesting. You can only hear the music when I speak. Yeah, I know. Isn't that the name of the band? Is that a band? But I am glad. Today, not today, yesterday, I got swamped in mud. Goodness gracious, that was insane. Let's see here. Can't really do much. That's about the best image I can give anyone. I figured just being awake and typing was. Oh, really? I can't even imagine what it's like to bike in the mud. I have no idea. Ooh, my fingerprints. Yeah, I would totally walk it. I've walked my bike just when the puddles were too big. Well, that means that I wouldn't be able to turn on an audiobook when I go to work and just let it live stream so that people could jump in, jump out as they wanted to. It was kind of what part of my thought was sometimes you just want to be all like, hey, I'm going over here. You want to join me over there so that we don't have to like keep messaging on one particular video and then start up a live chat. That because I felt the live chat is that much more. It's easier to communicate personally than sending a message on someone's video, waiting for them to get the message, which doesn't take very long, but then you have to like interrupt whatever else you were watching. Groups. I don't know what a group is yet. The Ezra had something. I clicked on it and I sent him a message then, and then I sent him a message later. But I'm not exactly sure that that was a group, but I think it's supposed to be a group. If that makes any sense. Shadow. Somebody else today on Bellagio's gaming stream. I can't watch other people play games. Like, it's funny how someone plays a game and the chat like goes quiet as they're watching, but then someone makes a live and they're talking about what they found on 4chan or what they found on wherever else, and the whole side chat is about everything else. Just keep circling around. So like, oh, we're gonna come back to that. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But I figured if we could make private rooms, like if I just put up a live stream, then someone could say, hey, go meet me on Axe Blade's live stream. Let's talk about this for a second, because obviously you can have multiple windows up. It's not gonna hurt anything. But I'm much too actual revolutionary minded. And I think there should be the ability to turn on, tune in, drop out. Uh-oh. It's a link that's going to take me off. I don't know. Is it going to take me off my page here that I'm on? Yep, it's going to want me to leave. So I'm going to stay on the page. Yeah, but that's why we have Windows for, right? Oh, I can't. I'm not subscribed to myself. Door. How do I get to there then? Oh, that'll just take a moment then. That's all. Ricky Quickie. Well, then you go and sleep well. I had a dream this morning that I was switching bodies with someone and then my muscles got bigger. I hope that actually happens. Okay, now where am I at? Did I get it? Oh, it didn't. I forget that you have to press numerous buttons to go someplace. And like, no, just find my brain. You can do the ads like that, like a computer like will totally tell you your ads. My friend in Vermont and I told him, I'm like, leave our phones inside. Let's go out to the fire and have conversation. And then let's go back up and we have particular conversation. Um, and then I turned on pew pew. Yeah, he got the laser eyes on. I hear that. Can raw, I have you now. And then we got inside after having this 2-hour conversation. Yeah, probably 90 minutes. I'm on a 90-minute kick. I'm not into the hour thing. I'm into 45 minutes and 90 minutes. And went inside and pulled up my computer, and the ads were still about the things that we were talking about. So I was like, I'm telling you, there's something else going on here. But what else are you supposed to do about that? Not a whole lot. You got a nice score of that vodka bottle, though. Like, all right, right on. Yeah. And doesn't it make you really think a lot differently about what's happening? Because my backyard area, that was like low digits on the cell phone bars to go out there. Yeah, I was like, okay, we're gonna talk about this while we're out here. Everything that's electronic is upstairs, and then we go inside and yeah, doesn't. Oh, I would. That was a thing. I didn't have ad blocker then. Yeah, and that was the little pinky toe in the asshole. You're like, whoa, hey, wait a second, I'm getting boogered by this. Because I try to figure like what the AI is trying to figure out what we would talk about if we weren't around. I don't know. I've had full on experience with AI in Seattle, so uh, I'm not unused to that. Uh, isn't that right, doggy dog? Dog does not know. Dog says, I wasn't there. Isn't it a great thing that dogs like love to sniff poo? You can fart in their face and they're just like, oh, what did you have for dinner? I'm so pleased. Yeah, AJ Pickett. Yeah, right. Yeah, I turned off the history on my YouTube. I always turn off the history thing, and they still come up with videos recommended for you. They're like, well, if you don't know what my history is, how could you recommend these videos to me? And the other thing is that they keep sticking up videos I've watched in the recommended sidebar. I'm like, I watch C.S. Lewis, not watch, listen. I listen to C.S. Lewis um, all the time. And they're like, recommended video for you. I'm like, no, I don't care. But Cinema Sins, psh, goodness gracious. They're like, oh, hey, CinemaSins has a new video out. Bang, here you go. I'm like, oh, thanks. I kind of prefer to go and check the channel myself. I kind of don't want to know when it happens because I'm really tempted to click on it when it happens. I wonder sometimes about the algorithm with that. Is part of it how quickly someone clicks on your new upload is more important than you clicking on the video itself. Hangouts on air. Dude, trying to find people I was subbed to before is so difficult. It's really difficult. Oh, there's this guy that he's like did security for raves in the woods, like forest parties. And oh, but I never managed to remember his name because I didn't need to. Yeah, exactly. Right. I want to encourage the small people. Yeah, absolutely. That's the ticket. Oh goodness, there's a girl in Germany. Oh, she's so pretty. And then she went and she shaved her head. And then she went and had problems with gender identity. And so like, oh, because I have to choose my words real carefully when I'm talking to someone like that, and I want to encourage them to keep making videos, but I also want to derail their SJW tendencies. Like, no, no, go back to being a pretty girl that sings and plays guitar. Quit being a person trying to justify why you have gay friends. Yeah. You're crazy, man. You crazy. You're so crazy. I want to have your baby. I don't know. Who's that from? Salt and Pepper, maybe? I don't know. Hey, snowy days always. Well, I like to think that I have a lesbian conversion kit. One time, and you will say, oh dear, that man knows his ABCs. I learned that from this. The funny part is this was an old Christian teacher, and I mean, when I was young, well, not, I can't make those qualifications anymore. But he was an old Christian dude, and he was my teacher, and he said, "No, no, no, learn your ABCs. Stick your face in that muff and start doing your ABCs with your tongue." He said, "You'll get to the G eventually." Oh dear. Oh, forgive me. But yeah, but definitely, yeah. A pulsing cock is so much better than a vibrating vibrator. Ugh. No, he wasn't a Christian geezer who worked with kids. No, this was like, yeah. First name, middle, and last. Get used to that shit. Right on. Yeah. No, Snowy Days. He was a based cat. He really was. It was just, but he was laying it down for us. He's all like, "I know you all are sexually active now," and like about 7 out of the 10 guys laughed, and then the other 3 of us were like, "Oh, oh dear." We're not. We need to get on the train here. We need to get on the bucket. But tongue braille. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, but that is really the point, because I was not sticking my dick in anything when I was in my teens. Not even when I was in my 20s. Oh goodness. I lost my virginity when I was 19 years old. Yeah, right. Complain until it's over and then praise the Lord. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Every single girl I went with, I totally thought she was going to be my wife. This girl's going to be my wife. I can have sex with her. Oh, no, she's not going to be my wife. She's going to fuck my best friend. Oh, but like, I don't want to be part of the swinging community. Not me, no swinger, no. Yeah, I strove so hard. All I wanted was the baby boy. Like, I want an heir. Well, I don't actually chase the dollars either. Nuts. I'm so screwed up, dude. I'm so screwed up by Christianity that, like, all I do is volunteer, help people, heal people, get people back on track. Oh, it has been the hardest thing in North Carolina. It has been the hardest thing. You had to confirm your comment? What? I don't know. Chase Hose. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh, oh, man. Oh, it's so difficult. It's so funny, these people at the church that I work at, and they're all like, "Oh, I served in the military, and I have all these like issues." And I'm all like, "I went to Mexico with my thumb and brought back 3 different girls, 14, 15-year-old girls, brought them back from Mexico with my bare hands from slavery because they were getting sold by the Mexicans. These are white girls that were getting sold by the Mexicans to Japanese people. And I didn't like, and these people are coming back being like, oh, I served in the military. I got some issues. And I'm like, you don't know squat. All you did was went and killed people. I went and rescued people. I mean, it's a bang. Rawr. I want to wrestle with him. Right on. Yeah, because it was no fun. I used to promote knife fights to drug dealers because they would all come and gather around these two brothers. They would put on these knife fights, first blood knife fights, and it was not staged. It was skill to skill, and but they were brothers, so maybe that made it staged, but they weren't staged. I fought with these guys, whatever. They weren't kids. They were maybe a year younger than me, and but part of the deal was you get 10 people to put in $50 each, right? And then they come around a live blood sport, not fighting dogs, humans fighting. And then you get some really good action going on because they agree to not just drop their money, but to drop portions of their drugs back down to the knife fighters. And oh, like, oh, it, I don't think that most people in the military can understand that. I don't think they understand what kind of trauma it is to go through that. I met women who were like 23 years old. They had so many C-sections from getting impregnated by Mexican mafia bosses that their little flat stomachs was a crisscross of scars because the Mexican mafia bosses needed to produce so many half-breeds in America so that those guys could pick up their business as legitimate sons. Ah, I mean, I don't. None of this is made up. It's all super duper real. It's all. Pew, pew, pew. It's and they just. Oh. And then these crap ass conservatives won't recognize that America is being taken over by people who have breeding schemes. They're breeding on purpose. And then they want to argue with me that Muzzies ain't shit. Like, oh, because you're going to go and shoot them. No, you're not going to go and shoot them, you dumbass. You're so afraid of a regular pig in a freaking black and blue costume. And whatever happened to blue uniforms for cops? The black uniforms for cops? I totally think there should be a recall on that. All right. Oh, I'm talking too much. I'm talking to people and not to the AI. And I need to remember the AI exists. Central Happenings Network put in a comment on Ezra's stream. I went and fast forwarded through it today. It was like 2 hour plus stream. And one of the things he said like, hey, you need to be careful because the AI is translating your CCs. And I was like, oh, well, because the CCs used to just be funny. I mean, absolutely hilarious. But I went and I put in a video that has me and Zeman talking pretty much at the same time the whole time. And I put that in for the CC, and holy shit, it was on. It was on target. Or, excuse me, it was totally on target. It was not like the old CC where I used to turn on the CC. Dude in New Zealand would argue that point. AJ Pickett? I haven't. Speak to text is a very real tool. Yeah, but he used to be humorous. He used to be absolutely, well, yeah, no, I just saw it today because when I checked it out, because Bellagio said, hey, check this out. And I went and I was like, oh my God, these guys are on target. But it used to not be that way. That's for sure. It used to be hilarious. I popped a tent, and it's like, oh no, that's not what they said. Big shooting at Moss, New Zealand. Well, it wasn't AJ. He was about as middle ground SJW as you can get. And he's so funny. Yeah, I understand that part, but I mean, to listen to him from a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but well, okay, yes, they are, and they're gals, they're not guys, and they have been taken over. I fight against this on AJ's channel, and yeah, yeah. Oh goodness gracious, they D&D shut down their comments section. I'm sure on part because of me. I'm not kidding you either. That's phew, growl. uh, RPG pundit. Uh, he he's pretty anti SJW. Um, but he's pro inclusive, which is a little awkward for me. Um, but yeah, no, I can document for you if you would like. Dungeons and Dragons coming into and rebuffing the satanic panic so that they could bring in warlocks, which is a brand new thing from whatever 4 years ago, so that they could then establish characters having dialogue with demons and devils, and then so from there they could then take out the alignment system. Yeah, I know. Free. I was all like, really? That's so stupid. um, but then because they've now done away also with alignment, this is such a huge deal that it needs to be brought out into the open. Magic the Gathering, the card game, is known for having game refs, having like 200 or 300 game refs, which are known sexual predators of children. Now, if children means 15-year-olds, I don't care. If children means less than 15-year-olds, I care. Because I did this giant study, years long study before I started going down south, on what the populace thought the age of accountability was, outside of the realm of the law. And alignment is fundamental. If you don't know the difference between being, and it's not just greedy, and it's not just selfish, it's harming other people selfishly for your own gain, and good, which is helping people selflessly for their protection, not even their gain. You don't have to build someone up, but just to keep them safe. Good and evil are very important concepts, which is why when I ran my games, that was a really huge deal for me. You can't play an evil character. If you deviate, I will tell you, and I will punish you and make you do a quest to make up for that. Now, chaos and law, that has also changed. Law used to be natural law, and chaos used to be the disruption of natural law. Now they've changed it that chaos is more akin to anarchy. Yes, I am a collector of Robin Hood books. I'm very much a collector of Robin Hood books. But then they've changed the concept of anarchy into being not, quote, without rulers, but without laws. And that's not right. That is so not right. There are rules. Rough, 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 rough. I really wish I could put the music on in the background. I'm like, yay. Um, well, hello. Dog is pawing me in his sleep. It's so funny when uh, my friend from Vermont calls up. He gets so jealous of the phone. He's all like, here I am. And he's all strutting around. Pay attention to me. I was like, oh, vanity dog. But he also may think that I'm talking to him when I'm not. Because I don't talk. I'm even surprised that I've been able to talk this long. And I hope that I've made some sense. That's really strange. I haven't spoken for 3 years. It's a very long time to not speak, by the way. The Gatorade bottle is calling to me. So I would put on a thingy, but I don't have the OBS or whatever it's called thing for you to look at other things. Here. Whee! Laser, what are you talking about? Lynching? Practice makes perfect. Speaking. Yeah, I only have uh I have a different computer which doesn't work because the screen is cracked, which has a terabyte in the computer, and it's also Windows 7, which is awesome. It is an old, beautiful computer. I can take the battery out when I want to reset it, if in case I'm on like PornTube, and they're like, dun dun, and they give me like some kind of extra freaking tab up at the top. I can just unplug it. I can't do that with this little replacement laptop. But this replacement laptop actually costs less than fixing the screen on the other laptop. But this laptop um, only has 2 gigs. So nips are 5 cents? Sweet. Yeah, well, money, money, money. the the idea, but it is. I like to think that a moving uh, higher tech at a slower rate. um, yeah, because I can't. There's just so much of the memory of this computer is used by programs that even if I load videos to YouTube, it will eat it up. It will eat up the memory until I restart the computer again. Huh. They double the price of nips. Oh, in what? 14. They went from being dollar nips to $2 nips, and no refund worth. Yeah, I've heard that before, Snowy. Yeah, that media is the purview for Apple. Yeah, I don't do any programming and gaming. I don't do any media production either. All I do is watch YouTube videos and BitChute and email. And I've retched. What is that? Okay, I have a question. You guys are on. What is the point of the video games? I don't get them. I really had no idea at all. That's basic stuff. Except for I have to go and find my Gatorade bottle. Yes, stay. Where'd the doggy go? Come here. Yeah, why do you like video games? It seems to me that like terrain is never really an issue. You can just move up it. Come on, come on, good boy. Um, huh. Yeah, it's not tactical at all. You have way too much situational awareness. Excuse me. Um, I am also I'm also a trained individual, not military trained, but homeless trained. And it just seems like all the video games are just a whole bunch of splashy splash. It's weird. I just don't understand it. I can play, uh, what's that one? I used to like some game. Uh, I like Galaga. I would like to see that in a squad format. That would be cool. Um, and there were some of the racing games. I like some of the racing games, like the water racing games. I like that because I was in a desert and I had no idea what water racing was about. So I had no idea what the physical parameters were. But I delivered pizzas for 20 years in a souped up Jeep Wrangler who I took out the back seat. I took out the seat belts to save weight. Mm, I hear that one right there. Yeah, getting caved. CAVED, getting caved. Yeah. Yeah, if there are teams, I could totally understand that a little bit better. But I haven't really seen that so much. Huh. They had some, oh, what's the movie based on Heinlein where you shoot up the bugs? I saw some team effort in that because they had at the pool hall that I would go to, um, they had the more private room, and they had like 6 screens set up there, and people could go in there as a team, and just you can't swivel your head, you got to turn your whole body. I'm like, no, no, no. You can't walk backwards. All those things. I'm like, wait a second, no, I can do better than this, and I do better than this in real life and without a gun. Call of Duty Battle Royale. Isn't that like PvP? Isn't that just like a big giant? Oh no, it's team. It's TBT. I can handle that. I can handle playing with a team. Yep. Remote. I don't know what RTS is, but anyway. Starship Troopers. That's the name of the movie. See, but even car racing games really just jip me up. I mean, supposedly that you can now drift with your thumb, a real-time strategy. Oh yeah, I'm down. Yes, let's go. I want 6-second blips. but uh, but after racing my Jeep, I delivered pizza for Pizza Hut. I'm the fastest driver in 4 states at 19 stores. Just on paper, I'm legit. I got the diplomas, and so yeah, car racing games really nah. That's why I do the boats because I know nothing about boats. Like even in the car games, like they don't teach you need to honk your horn before you enter into a under a bridge kind of thing. You need to be honking your horn so that people know to get out of your way. I'm going underneath the bridge, you know. Age of Empires. Oh, well, I don't know. Play as a colonel, maybe. I could totally do the colonel stuff. I don't know about the general. I can DM as a general, but I don't know if I could play as a general. My Jeep was so souped up. This is a 4-liter 97 Wrangler. It was so souped up that I could beat a 600cc Ninja, Kawasaki Ninja, to 52 miles an hour. I could beat a bike on straight bang, go. I also lived in my Jeep on a mountain, Mount Index in Seattle, which was cool too. But I mean, uh, and that's where that, yeah. I would like to be the guy that builds the map. I'm going to build a map. Huh. I can waste all day. I get paid by, I don't get paid by the hour, I get paid by the job. And I tell them what they're going to, no, that's not right. I don't tell them what the job costs. I say, how much is it worth to you? And that generally turns out pretty good. And I also just like mowing at the church. Just like, I like mowing at the school. It's simple, you know, $700 a month. I get paid when I'm not there. And I give them, man, do I give them their money. I, when I went in and put in my bid for this job at my parents' church, which is also a Christian school, um, I went in based on $3.65 an hour, which is what my first raise was at Pizza Hut. And they came back and they're like, you underbid everybody by $1 million. They didn't tell me how much I underbid everybody by. And they're like, can you do this? I was like, oh yeah, of course I can do this. It's not a problem. I even have a helper now. $700 a month, and I got a helper. But yeah, what do you do at your church? I love to volunteer for churches, widows, and I don't know. Not my church either. It's my parents' and brother's church. Oh, I go to Saturday morning. Uh, it's like twice a month, Saturday morning, men's breakfast with them. Goodness gracious. People there are concerned about my beard because I shave my beard to look like the old 8th century, 800 AD, like the saints. So I shave my beard like 8th century saint. And they're like, oh, well, you have a mighty strange beard there, guy. Like, I also happen to know more about the first 3 centuries of Christianity than you do. but but part of it is that I'm going as my dad's son. I'm not coming there as my own man, if that makes any sense. And so even people that are younger than me, even men that are younger than me, think that I am younger than they are, which is really bizarre because sometimes they have ideas about stuff which like in 10 years you'll know. They're like, oh no. Yeah. But that's the whole point of the volunteer work, is that it's volunteer. Yeah. I mow 1, 2, 3, 4 houses as a volunteer, although 2 of them are supposedly paying me. Goodness gracious, peanut butter. Who doesn't like peanut butter? Yeah, I really wish that the neighbor next door would pay me. He his son is a professional basketball player who got his first ring, I think this last year, for the NBA. And at first I just volunteered to mow their house just to make the entrance. I live on the corner house of the street, and just to make my house not have a really shitty neighbor. But anyway, his other son is a crackhead, um, but successful crackhead. I'll put it that way. He's not terrible. He's just dang it, nar. Tried to make friends with him so many times. He's all like, I'll honk and wave, but it doesn't quite work out like that. But anyway, the first year I did it, at the end of the year, he paid me, and this time he hasn't paid me, but he wanted to tell me that he thought he should pay me. Yay, animal shelters. Yeah, that is far away from me. That's like halfway to a classic Americana. That hangs out with Bo. That's how far away the shelter is from me. There's another one which is 2 miles north of me, but there's no sidewalks, there's no bike lanes, and yeah, totally is totally too far. And they don't mow the the city doesn't mow the all of this stuff on the side of the road, and walking through 2 foot tall grass, a foot and a half, 18-inch grass. I'm like, I'm from Vermont. I'm scared of ticks. I'm scared of ticks. I don't want to, I mean, I still check my dog, but I don't want to find ticks on my dog. You know, and I don't want, and that's where they come from. They don't drop out of trees. Oh man, that's one of the worst things I've ever heard of my life. Ticks drop out of trees on you. Like, ticks do not drop out of trees, they climb from the ground. But whatever. But that's just yeah. I would though. That's for sure. Yeah, working for all the exotic farm, the exotic animal keepers. It just I loved it. They would be all like freaked out, not freaked out, that's not the right word. They would be in disbelief. Nice. Then I was all happy to muck stalls. I'm all like, yeah, but now I know what deer poop looks like. I know what camel poop looks like. I know what I know what a whole bunch of different animal poops look like. Bunch of cute girls at animal shelters too. Cute girls or big farm girls. One of my best friends in Vermont is she's a. It's so funny. Both of her parents are smaller than me, and she's a giantess. And both of her brothers are smaller than me, and she's a giantess. She's huge, not fat. Well, she's a little fat, but not very fat. But she's a giantess. Like, all these people call her a throwback. Oh, she's a throwback. I'm all like, well, she's a freak like me. I don't care. And not like freak, sexy freak, but a freak. I was born with 4 nipples, and this, I have a variety of extra body parts that I've had removed over the years. But so she's a freak, and freaks like me, we tend to hang out. But goodness gracious, she can she can wrestle a pair of oxen on a yoke. She can tame a dog in like 2 seconds. Like she's Disney. She really is. She's like a Disney princess, except that she's like Shrek's wife. I hadn't really put it together like that before. That's kind of funny. But she is like a Disney princess when it comes to animals. They just automatically obey her. It's fantastic. She has the worst taste in boys, though, men, whatever you want to call them. Oh, she's really not good about that. Vermont was really eye-opening. I can't believe I'm talking to a computer. I mean, I know I'm live streaming, but so like it feels really good to be able to talk. It feels really good to be able to talk and to know that I'm not just talking out loud. Unless both of you are just AIs. But that's the whole point of like people having channels. Like I can prove I'm not an AI. Oh yeah, so the bit shoot I redid. Okay, well, apparently I needed a burp. The bit shoot I redid the plug and play to this YouTube channel. I really hope that works. Yeah. Sometimes when I get in the comment streams, uh, especially at the beginning when I first got into YouTube, because I came off of the street. I literally came out of Nebraska to Vermont, and my dad gave me a computer, and I went to YouTube because that was what the concept was after I'd done the research. And I was like, oh, I can just watch this stuff. I don't have to sit here and read a whole bunch of stuff on a glowy screen the screen because oh man, the screen bugged me at first. Man, I think that's what made me go blind. But um, but then found the YouTube, and so then there's comments, and I was like, oh man, I got to make a YouTube channel and make comments. And I went in and I'm making these comments. Yeah. And people are like, where do combative, very combative. Where do you think that you're coming from that you think you know better than me? Kind of stuff. And so but back then you could go and look at someone's YouTube page and it had a whole list of things. You could talk to people and see where they came from as well. Like I'm from Antarctica. Oh, I have more than 90, way more than 90 journals. Way more than just like half of my the room. So the room to my right, if you well, you haven't seen any of those videos, Laser may have seen. The room to my right are books I've collected. Room to my left are books I've written. Journals, not books, like not like storybooks, but like journals. And there's more books to my left than there are to my right. And granted, it's a lot larger print as well. So start writing. Huh. I got my first thingy that said hide or show. So I picked show on the shit. I'm so jealous. Oh, yeah. I had to work on my handwriting. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I completely had to work on my handwriting. There are pages which is doctor's notes, and and then I figured out if I slowed it down, I could make it pretty. It's not that difficult to keep a journal. What I do now is I text my email on my phone. So, like, I lucid dream. Took me a long time to get here too. By the way, don't think don't think that it took me like a week. Yeah, right on. Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that. Writing like a chick. Yeah, I had to change that to writing like a medieval scribe because I didn't want to write like a girl. I was like, I'm gonna write like a medieval scribe, and I got a lot of compliments on it. That's for sure. But then, yeah, as I keep going faster and faster and faster, but as long as I can read it, I don't mind. Well, generally, okay, I write the thought quickly. Scribble, scribble, scribble. And then, um, when my thought ends, because sometimes there's an end to a thought, then I go back and I fill out the thought into notes. While I'm making the notes off to into the columns, I write in circles on a page as well. Like you can see, here we go. So I'll write straight down, and then I'll come back up over to here, and then I'll draw an arrow and come back up over to here. Since I'll go further up. I don't know if you're seeing my fingers on the screen. Sorry. But if I come down the middle, I move to the right, and then I come back up, and I leave plenty of room over here, and then I draw an arrow that leads to new thought up here, up there. And but then from there, and then I try to do that on the. You open up a book in your notebook, and you have a left page and you have a right page. I try to write that on the left page side, and then when I open up, yeah, then when I open up, I can write on the right side, and I can put it in order from what I wrote on the left side. Um, yeah, I know. Too bad suffrage happened. Yeah, that was the total end. That was like, I want to learn how to write shorthand. I was like, no, I want a girlfriend that writes shorthand. Wouldn't that work? My mom used to do shorthand. My dad lucked out. Yeah. One letter each square. I would never survive that unless it was like 8 per inch graph paper. I write way too small. Yeah, but I don't know how to. I'll give you a shot. My dog thinks we're going outside. No, get back up. Okay. Oh, here's a random book. Sorry, I had to put on clothes. All right. Yeah, I'm fat. Well, this is not going to be the thing. I don't even know what this says. Oh, this is house hunting. The top says praying for God's will to direct our timing. Oh, I think this is actually a pretty... Oh, here, laser. That's me drawing. Um, it says read this. No, that's way too recent. The key to understanding is listening and then speaking plain language. The rules of the key tip dialogues that another person can see using the spyglass of the future they envision for themselves, smelling either the crap they are in or the roses they stand amongst, which is supposed to be humorous because if you're standing in roses, you might be ignoring the thorns. I think that's pretty funny that I wrote that so it could be... Can that be seen by you? I don't know. To me, it's backwards. Maybe to you, it's forwards. Anyways, so the other thing below it was 2 Corinthians. Oh. Oh goodness, this is like... No, this is just Vermont. It's not... Oh yeah. That's hardcore. Oh, yeah. No, that's complaints. This is a pretty good page. This is from my high school. This is from my high school when we were drawing burning, bleeding crosses. I went to a private Christian high school. Well, maybe I can find something quick. Yeah, this is really. This is how you can tell I kept a lot of my journals outdoors because they all got rained on. Not my writing, someone else's. That's the other part. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous. Um, whoop, 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 whoop. What? Nope. The definition of sin. Transgressions. Yeah. I suck at drawing. I don't know what you think. So that is really not a great. Okay. This is a custom cover, so it must have custom insides. Because I used to do a lot of the LS around the people. New descending stairs. Oh, what does that say? Who's blessed? Oh, that's some pretty good writing right there. The whoops. I don't have eyeballs. Uh oh. So this is a CD top. It is for yeah, I'm fat. But I think it's malnourished fat. Actually. Let's try that again. Okay. And good thing I have a keyboard that's separate than my laptop. Oh, it's difficult to use the mouse on a laptop, though. Bang. Good. Come on. Do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Oh, yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I'm trying to use a mouse sideways. This is going to get me struck, but I don't care. Okay. Oh, wow. That is so hard to do sideways. This is the cover. It's a pop-out book. This is page 1. Yeah, that's a black light. Anyway, so the black light works. Tune in. Are you leery of this? That's a pocket. It is surprising. Surprising! Yahoo! It is the very uniform of Earth that continues to move with me, that has arisen with me, that is standing with me, that is indeed remained stationary with me. Now, it is the uniform of long life, now of happiness, that continues to move with me, that has amen with me, that is standing with me, that indeed remains stationary with me. Surprising, surprising. Stories. Who am I to someone else? I am tripping. You are sleeping. I love you, baby. I love you. And I'll kill your son. It's a wallflower. Not every page is full. Look at that. That just has that. Like, oh, that's my day. Those are bodies. See, that's a body and a body and feet. May 2001. That apparently is the color that I want my jeans to be, which is actually mustard yellow. More pockets. Oh no, that opens up on purpose. Look at that. See, there's a little spot, and there's a little spot. It goes, thunk. The cardinal rule is not to swill, but to puff. Serious. Packing. Another pocket. Another pocket.